and welcome to another video. I'm Jessica Torres and today we're going to be doing a beauty video. So a lot of the people that follow me on Instagram, Facebook, here and YouTube in general, they usually ask me about my skin. Now a lot of people don't know, but I have rosacea, which means that I have a lot of redness on the skin. So if you can see, clearly you can see all of the redness here, all of the redness there. And then people usually ask me about this little red patch on my forehead. That's just a birthmark. There's nothing I can do about it, and I try to take care of all of this redness situation with my makeup routine on a daily basis. So today I decided to talk about how I take care of my rosacea. Clearly rosacea is not something that's going to go away. I've been talking to my dermatologist forever. Somebody's dying in the back. I've been trying to get rid of this little bitch forever, but it's just part of, who I am. And at this point, I've made my peace with it, and I learned that it's going to be part of me. And I hope that if you're someone who's struggling with rosacea, don't let it, ruin your life. Your life can continue and go on. So enough of me blabbering, let's get right to it. When I know that I'm gonna go outside and I want my skin to look flawless, I start prepping the night before. So what I do is I start with the Origins Drink Up Intensive Overnight Mask. So this mask, first of all, it smells like, ooh. It smells like an angel's butthole. This smells so good and fruity. Honestly, guys, I live for this product so much. This is the one product that really changed the way I feel about my skin. I have normal to dry skin, and it gets really hard to wear foundation, and then the redness is still there showing. I noticed that the best way for me to avoid having a lot of redness the day before, the next day, is to moisturize, and I always put a face mask the night before. But if I feel like I really want that intense, I want the redness to be to a minimum, I do use the Origins Drink Up Intensive, and I rely on this so much. I would give up my first child for this. It's so good. It's definitely a product that has changed my life. The day that I'm going to be, to a shoot, or I know I'm going to be filming, or that my face is going to be in front of the camera all day, I put on a sheet mask. So let's go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to go ahead and put on a sheet mask. I usually wear Sephora's face mask, but I really don't care if it's cheap, and I feel if I look that the ingredients doesn't have alcohol, which that is very important because it can be very damaging for my skin. I want it to be as hydrating as possible. The face mask that I'm going to be wearing today has a bit of a smell, so if your skin is very sensitive, I would not use this one. I would use something that doesn't really have much of a smell, because then that means that things were added to it. Also, I have the hardest time putting on face masks because my forehead is so fucking weird. So I'm moisturizing my hairline, like actual hair.
What I do though is I take the mask after the 15-minute mark and I squeeze it and then start putting it up under the decolletage area and
smart.
then your face.
Because there's still some juices in here.
I squeeze that out too.
Yep, I squeeze this out. Steph, you and I. Stephanie's behind the camera. And I get all the juices out. I guess I take all the juices with this one out. Nothing is coming out. I usually start by putting it on my ankles. On my elbows. Because I don't want to have dry elbows. Dry elbows are never cute. I remember this one time, wasn't someone I knew, I'm not going to call them out, had super dry elbows.
Me?
Walked in, no, it wasn't you. It was someone, super dry elbows, goes like this, walks by me, fucking cuts me in the arm because their elbows were so dry. So moisturize your elbows, guys.
I'm gonna go moisturize my elbow right now.
Steph just went to moisturize her elbows.
My elbows are mad dry.
I also do moisturize my skin with olive oil. I take a little bit of olive oil whenever I'm having a really dry redness day, and I put it on the sides of my cheeks. Just 2 little dots on each side, and then blend the rest of the residue to the rest of the face. And then rude! Right when I was gonna talk, it starts. What is he running in circles downstairs? So the first thing that I do before I apply my makeup is I put on the sheet mask. I leave it on for 15 minutes or so, or until I feel like it's completely dry. Because like I said, I paid for the entire sheet mask, not for only 15 minutes of the sheet mask. And then I'll take it off. Okay guys, we're back. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the sheet mask. And what I like to do is I rub in all the juices in my face into my face a little bit more so that, you know, I don't look like a snail went over my face. Well, I let all the juices from the sheet mask penetrate my skin. I go ahead and fill in my eyebrows and do my eye makeup, and then I come and deal with my skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now all the moisture has sinked into my skin. I did my eyes, eyebrows, fake lashes. If you guys are interested in knowing how I did my eyebrows, make sure to look at my last video. I will also link it down below. And then I put on some moisturizer before I put on my foundation and let that sink in for a little second. Now, the one that I really, really love and enjoy is Aveeno's Positively Radiant Daily Moisturizer with SPF 15. I really, really do enjoy this a lot. I think it gives me the exact same amount that, like the perfect amount that I need. To be honest, I barely have any, so I'm gonna have to scoop it all out, guys. Don't judge me. Over here, I always start by putting moisturizer on the sides of my face where the rosacea is very prominent, and then I go ahead and work out the rest throughout my face. Once I'm done blending in all the moisturizer, I kind of let that sink in for a few minutes, a couple minutes probably tops, and then I go into the foundation. So the foundation that I'm about to show you guys, the one that has really changed my life, is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and this is the New Look Dewy and Smooth. Now this is from normal to dry skin. This foundation comes in different types of skin. So it has for dry skin, oily skin, normal to dry, which is perfect and exactly what I need. I use the shade 130 Buff Beige, and it really has changed the game for me. The reason why this foundation works so well is because it's moisturizing in a way, like gives that dewy, fresh look that doesn't make my skin feel all dried up. But it still, you know, it has enough coverage for me to hide all the redness. I've tried other foundations, and the other foundations have been pretty harsh for my skin, or they'll dry up real quickly, but this foundation is my go-to. I've done Dior, I've done, you know, really expensive ones, and they work, they do the job, but nothing, you know, nothing has made me not come back to this foundation. So I start a little bit right here, and I kind of usually concentrate it around the redness because that's where I need the most coverage. And then I go in and blend in my foundation all over my face with my beauty blender. The best way for me to be able to hide the redness so that I get the most coverage with this foundation, I figured out that it is best if I wet the beauty blender. What I like to do is I take rose water when I'm feeling fancy, and I just kind of get it all wet. Squeeze the liquids into the beauty blender, and then I start blending into my skin. Now the foundation looks a little bit more yellow, I think, than what my normal skin tone is, but it's the best to cover the redness on my skin. So I do go for something that's a little bit more yellowy because it does the best for covering my rosacea, the redness, and all that fun stuff going on in my face. You can notice that I have a lot less redness on my face already. It does cover a lot for me. And not only do I use this foundation because it has a lot of coverage, I use this foundation because it avoids my skin from getting dried up. And when my skin gets dry, it gets really red. So really, really appreciate this foundation a lot. So this foundation that I have right here, it's for dewy and smooth finish. So it's not going to leave that matte finish, you know. If I wanted to look a little bit more matte, I do bake, and I use translucent powder for that. But for an everyday basis, I kind of like just use this foundation, bake under the eyes, and call it a day. This is how my skin looks just with one layer of the foundation. If I'm having a particularly red day, I go in with the foundation on the sides of my cheeks like this. I do about 2 more dots there with my finger, one in the center, and then I just blend that area. So now that I have blended my foundation all over my skin, I am gonna go ahead and put a little bit of concealer under my eyes in the center. And I'm gonna go bake off camera and I'll be right back to sign off, I guess. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope these tips were helpful for you guys. Let me know what your routine is if you have rosacea, how you cover the redness in your skin, and I will see you on the next video. I hope you guys enjoy this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a wonderful comment down below. Oh, and don't forget to hit the notification bell right there, somewhere there, so that you get notified every single time I upload and we get to have a conversation and we get to see each other. So I'll see you, oh, I guess you get to see me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.